Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all. Wyclef.
Ask us questions. We're going to talk about it all tonight. Lay everything on the table. Okay?
All of it.
No holds bar. Taboo type of conversation. Look, my son said, yeah, I'm out.
Go.
Okay, son. Thank you so much. Mama love you, you know, but mama got to get her groove
You're
on
alive.
too, Jody.
Listen. Hello, and welcome everybody. Let me turn it down. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Al Show right here on BKS1 Radio. It is your girl, Latoya Chanel, and I am here, of course, with my partner, Miss Queen B. She is here. She is in the building. We are live. There's so in the virtual building. Again, like I said, we are live. There's so many entities trying to keep this conversation from happening today. I don't know why. This ain't something that we ain't done before. We ain't new to this. We are true to this.
We did this topic before.
So, Mother has lived. You understand what I'm saying, everybody? So however you are watching us, I just want everybody to join in the conversation and join in the discussion. But before we get into any of that, we are not in the studio right now. You know, the weather is a bit crazy. We don't want anybody driving on the roads all late. It's a lot going on. So we're home. I am home. Queen B is home, but we're still going to be giving you this show tonight, all over the place. We are all over. So wherever you are watching us, on Facebook, on Instagram, if you're listening to us on TuneIn, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're on BKS1 Radio, wherever it is, just come on in and join in this conversation discussion, because it is going to be good. So first and foremost, though, Queen B.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I am good.
Okay.
I really can't complain. As everybody see that wedding's coming soon. I won't give the date on air, but the wedding's coming soon. Yes, bachelorette party, bridal shower check. So
yeah, that's a whole check. Okay.
Yes, that's a whole check. It's done. Look, done.
It took some days to recover, but you know,
a couple days for me.
It took some days to recover, but we're here. We're alive, right?
We're alive. You know, did we die? No. You know, no, we did not.
Maybe a little bit.
The next day.
You know what I'm saying?
So yes, so check. So the planning and everything, and I can't wait for it to come to fruition. I'm at a time in my life where I'm extremely happy, and you know how to remove and add things to your life. And thank God that God saw fit to add more love to me. You know what I mean?
Well, why don't you just amen on top of that? Okay.
Add more love to me, because I'm a giver of love and I love receiving love. But I thank God that He actually decided at 42 I was deserving.
All right.
I was deserving of this type of love, is what I'm going to
say.
But I wanted to, before, really quickly. Anyway, how are you? I want to get that out the way as well.
Yeah. I'm well. You know what I mean? I can't complain. You know, honestly, I think I am getting to a point where I am going to have to begin to do some elimination.
Mm.
Because I am definitely the type where remaining stagnant is like death to me. I have to move. I have to do, and and I tell people all the time, doing one thing for me is I'm not going to do it because I'm a procrastinator, right? But I'm a multitasker. So if you give me 5 things to do, I'm going to get all 5 of them done. But if you give me one thing to do 9 times out of 10, I'm just not going to do it because I'm a procrastinator. But I'm getting to a point where I have so much on my plate with intricate detail that at the end of the day, I'm feeling spent and I'm not feeling rested. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not feeling rested at all. And so yeah, and that's not a good thing. That's how you know that you are doing way too much.
Too much. So you're overextending yourself.
So I'm in a space right now, honestly, where I am going to have to begin pulling back.
So I did that. So for the last, even though I've been in love for the last 2 years, but I will say that there are some checks and balances that I had to do myself. And I will say that, some things were adding and taking away, and some things were saying a simple no. Okay. I'm not going. My mother used to say, you ain't got to be at every event. Well, for the last 2 years, literally, that's how I have lived. I've missed a lot of the things that I loved doing, but just to protect my peace, my sanity, me limiting myself from overextending myself, because I used to do that too. And then, like you said, be, tired and restless and all that other stuff. And I don't want to be that anymore because it takes us a longer time to recover now,
it does,
from those type of things.
It does.
So I just don't want to do that anymore. So what I've done is I have literally just decided to add and take away and subtract and multiply, you know what I'm saying? And do all that stuff. And if it doesn't feel right, it ain't right. So I just don't do it. Do it. So I wanted to, before we get into our topic quickly, I wanted to talk about, because I have not been on the show in a while. I'm super excited to be back. I am a talker, and that we just vibe. Our conversation on the show is natural conversation.
Of course.
This is an invitation to those who are you are then privy to our life, which this is the normal type of conversation that we have on the Al Show. It's 2 girlfriends literally talking about empowerment, literally talking about issues that we don't talk about, you know what I mean? Issues that may be taboo, issues that, need to be addressed, and some people decide to skip over that.
Yep.
But I wanted to talk about really quickly Dave Chappelle and the cancel culture that is basically out right now.
That's how we're going to start, sis?
We're going to start like that. Wanted to say, only because we're going to delve into some really funny stuff later on, I just wanted to, I personally, first of all, just being gay, okay, and let's just put that on the table, I just didn't find anything wrong with what he said. I honestly didn't find anything wrong. I don't know. I just don't. Maybe I don't know what to say. I watched it because I'm like, and it's funny because they're like trying to, tell Netflix not to have it on. But the more conversation you have about it, the more
people want to see it and watch it and see what it is he said.
So I went and, first of all, Dave Chappelle, I love him just anyway, because I just think that on top of comedy, he just addresses a lot of the issues that a lot of people don't. And I think in order to be a comedian, the great ones, I feel like there's some genius or brilliance in them anyway, because there are topics that they make into jokes that are literally serious topics, but they will also have you thinking. So he, to me, is just a really intelligent comedian. So I didn't find anything wrong with what he said. He basically said there are a lot of issues like in the media or whatever that that's addressed. And you know, you kill a cat, you know, or you do something, you know, you hurt the LGBTQ's feelings, and it's a whole uproar. But you know, people can get killed and whatever, and I just don't see where he's wrong. I think it was a laughing matter. I think it was extremely funny. Solely my opinion. But I thought it was funny. I think it was gay. If you didn't know where he was going or what angle that he was going, I think he was educating some about some other issues that go on that no one really sheds light on. I don't think he picked on them. I don't think he picked on the transgender community. I think comedy is funny. And sometimes comedy, it's a sick humor sometimes. Like, it's like they say what we think. You know what I mean? So what's your take, Chanel?
Okay. So I watched it, of course, immediately as soon as it came out, because, you know, there was just some buzz about it as soon as it came on, you know. And honestly, I felt like Dave Chappelle is an educator, and I feel like Dave Chappelle is a activist, right? And you know, where he's always, you know, done it, where he's been in your face doing it. But I just feel like more recently he has been straight to the point with it. I think before, when he was doing the Chappelle Show, that you know, it was subtle, like you got it, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that much in your face, you know. But I think now, as he's getting older and he's just like, whatever, I'm gonna just say what I want, and I'm gonna say how I feel, and that's just that. I feel like he is definitely getting to the fact of the matter. So I love Dave Chappelle. I absolutely love Dave Chappelle. I love the way he gets the message, you know, sends the message in a comedic way. I love how bold he is with it. I am going to say, while watching it, there were certain times when he would say something and I would go, aha, this must be what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Or this is why everyone is up in an uproar. You know what I'm saying? I did say that a couple times, but I would be like, ooh, as I was laughing, I was like, this we're gonna get him right here. You know what I'm saying? So I did have those moments where I felt like I got where people were going to be upset. But I wasn't upset. Again, I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community. I'm a supporter of, but I'm not a part of. So I just didn't feel like it was best for me to really comment on it. But with you asking me, I feel like he talks about everybody. I feel like he talks about women. I feel like he talks about men. I feel like he talks about Black people. I feel like he talks about white people. It's honestly, it's like watching an episode of Family Guy, right? How is Family Guy on the air for 15 years, and that is one of the most racist cartoon shows?
They have talked about everything under the sun.
That is one of the most racist cartoon shows ever, but it's hilarious. It is hilarious. I mean, and it is so
inappropriate.
complete. I mean, almost every single joke and almost every single line, you are offending somebody. You're offending women. You're offending men. You're offending Asian people. You're offending Black people. You're offending gay people. You're offending.
Isn't he married to an Asian person? Like his kids are
I don't even know. Oh, who? Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle is, yeah. But I was just saying on Family Guy, it's the same thing. And no one has protested to get them off. Why? Because it's a cartoon? Because the episode where, you know, the Black neighbor was subscribed to Grape Soda Weekly because that's what Negroes drink, alone was just completely offensive amongst every other thing that is completely offensive.
Everything is offensive. Like on that show, they talk about fat, they talk about skinny,
everything.
They talk about every culture, every
the pedophile that lives next door.
Right. The most inappropriate show in the world. But I think we, you know, someone put it best, like this cancel culture has literally got to stop. I just think we need to utilize that in the way it needs to be utilized. I mean, you know, utilize that in the way it needs to. And I just think for him, and it's funny because he says, I don't know if you remember, but he says in the beginning, this is my last show. And I think who he was, honestly, in the beginning, I will say this. I think that who he was in the beginning, I think he did a lot of things that they told him to do. That's the reason why he walked away from millions of dollars, you know, because he wanted the free reign to say and do what
do whatever he right. Absolutely.
So I don't, like I said, you know, if somebody in the chat or wherever, please let us know what you think about the Dave Chappelle thing so we could talk about it throughout the show. I did not. I mean, just being a part of the Rainbow Coalition. Just being a part of that, for me, I just didn't find, I thought it was funny. I think we need to take jokes a little bit more. I think, you know, comedians, they've made fun of the disabled. Like you said, they talk about cultures and colors and, you know, and ethnicities and just all types of things. We have our stereotypes and we make them, he just enhanced them and makes them funny. So I didn't see anything wrong with that, but I wanted to get that out because I just think that we need to be a little more, just comedians are comedians. This is what they do for a living. They are here to make us think, to make us laugh, to do whatever. I watched, like I said, I watched it up to the point where, you know, he said that. And I, like you, same thing, Chanel. I was just like, ooh, you know. But I was like, ooh, on his last one. And nobody came to...
Ooh, on every single last one that he's done since he's been back, to be honest with you. There wasn't one that I did not say ooh for. By the time he started saying, on the last one, he was like, you know, there's nothing worse than drug-addicted whites. I was like, ooh. Like, I thought that he was going to be canceled then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no one has been left off of the table.
Right.
But, you know, as people were saying in a lot of articles, he's proving his point. And the point is that you can kill Black men live on camera in front of everyone and no one is going to be in an uproar.
Absolutely.
However, you tell a joke about someone in another down, and that I feel like is his point. We as a race of people, of African Americans in this country, are still not as united as we should be, where we can shut down any injustice towards our people.
Absolutely.
But other groups are united and are a united front. And if you tell a joke, you will get shut down.
Absolutely.
And that is why he started it off by saying...
I think they missed that part, though.
Yeah, that's why he started off by saying, this will be my last one because ... You know? And then he went into it. But of course, everybody missed that to be offended. Right. Anyway, Yes.
Yes. So that was the serious. This is the only serious part. Again, please reply in the chat or reply in wherever so we can literally have your questions or your thoughts on Dave Chappelle and the cancel culture. But we want to get into our topic.
Right. And listen, anybody that's on YouTube right now, I can't see the YouTube chat. However, I can see Instagram and I can see Facebook. So bring it on. You ready?
Ready. I got one question somebody actually told me to ask. So.
Okay, we're going to get there. Okay. So I just want to take everybody back. So a couple of years ago, we did have a show that was it was a 2-part sex show where we were discussing taboo topics surrounding sex, and we were in studio and we laughed and we joked and it was hilarious and we had a great time. And so, on this rainy night, wherever it is that you may be located, we figured why not bring it back. So if you were watching, you saw the preview from before on some of the things that we were discussing, but we ready for tonight. I want to start off with a light one because last time we did this, I started off where I went all in. No pun
a heavy
intended.
One right in the beginning.
No pun intended, right? So for this particular one, question number 1 for the evening. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Question number 1. If you're this is light.
Okay.
This is light. If you are with a partner who is freakier than you, do you need to A, come up to their freakier level, or B, I guess just stay where you are? That's just question number 1. Something like.
So I think that well, let me answer the question first. Yes, I think you need to come up, and then I think eventually they'll pull out some freak out of you. But I do think you need to match your partner. You don't want your partner walking around with any type of frustrations or any sexual frustrations or whatever. I think that the bedroom is a playground. You know what I'm saying? Or a basketball court. Whatever you choose to deem it. It is a sacred, but also a where you experience whatever with one another. And I think that you should be willing to match the other person's sex drive, maybe,
Okay.
And be able to talk about it. That's the one thing I think growing up I really didn't know to do, is that you can have conversations about. And I think this is women. I think, honestly, I will tell you this. I think a lot of this is women where we don't really talk about sex a lot. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the conversations that we need to have. We're very embarrassed to, or we don't talk to our partner enough. Come on now. How you going to get to them 5, 10, 15 years? You can't be doing the same thing all the time. Look, all the time. You gotta spice it up. You gotta do some role plays. You gotta do some different side of freaky. Now, I see some stuff where I was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can do that.
But what if your partner did?
Compromise is a good thing. Compromise is a good thing. Every time I hear the word compromise, I think of compromise for who?
Eartha Kitt.
Remember her? Eartha Kitt, where she says that. Compromise for what? Yes, I think you have to compromise. What do you think? Because you keep making me talk. What do you think?
No, I was getting your opinion first.
Okay.
I think it depends. Honestly. Like you said, I definitely think there is a compromise that has to happen. And I definitely think that you have to have a conversation. Because I think you need to get to the core of why for all of it. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you get to the core of why this person wants this versus why this person doesn't want this. I think somewhere in the discussion you can come to some sort of understanding. You understand what I'm saying? So for instance, if it's if you say, for instance, if you have a woman who constantly wants to play with her man's, I don't know, play with her man. Your facial expression.
Yes, go ahead.
Say his sack or something like that, right?
Okay.
And so let's say the man is like, listen, I don't like when you constantly touch there because it irritates me. Or I don't like when you constantly touch there because pulling and tugging or whatever it is, it's not a great feeling for me. Now, it may be a great feeling for the other guys you were with, but it's not necessarily a great feeling for me. So while you may like that and that turns you on, it may not necessarily turn him on. So he's like, yeah, okay, I can compromise, but sis, I don't really like that. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like that's where the compromise and that's where the conversation comes in. So I think conversation and compromise are a big part of a sexual relationship, because you got to know why people want to do certain things or why people don't want to do certain things. You know?
Okay.
Unmute from here.
I think
Unmute
you have to.
Go ahead.
I think you have to. You literally have to. What can I say? I think you have to. Yes, the level of comfortability, because people have passed, and the level of comfortability I think should be addressed, or should be. We should aim to please at the level of comfortability as your other partner. I don't believe in making or forcing someone to do something that you really know they don't like doing, or like you said, they had a bad experience with or whatever. Right. Walk them through it, slow talk them, if you need to do the balls thing or the anus or anything of that matter. Right. Listen,
because that's not for everybody.
Whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? That is on you. Okay.
Right. See, that was an easy one.
Was it? Was it?
That was an easy one. That was going in like I said, this is no pun intended whatsoever, but that was an easy one.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So now your turn. Go ahead.
My turn. Okay. So threesomes. Should you wait? I mean, should you have the threesome before you're married? And get it out the way, or should you enjoy a threesome after marriage with one another, maybe a random chick or dude that you are never probably going to see again, or whatever you want to call it? Threesome before or after the marriage?
I don't want to have a threesome with anybody that I would want to marry.
You're right.
I just don't want that. I don't want that to be a part of our story. I don't want, and not people, because I'm
some people do that.
A jealous person. Yeah. For other people, fine. We just me in general. Me personally. I don't want that to be a part of our story. I don't want to, I'm not a jealous person, but I do take note and observe a lot of things.
Yes, you do.
A lot of things. And if your toes curled for her, and then I do it and your toes don't curl for me, I'm going to be like, oh, but your toes curl for that? You see what I'm saying? And now we have a problem. And then now I'm never doing that, whatever it was, again. And now I'm never doing anything that the other person did again. Because now that's become a part of our relationship, and now that's become a problem in our relationship, let alone a marriage. So I don't want to have a threesome, honestly, with anybody that I would marry or be in a long-term relationship with. No. Mm-mm. Now, outside of that, you know.
Okay, so this is my thing, right? So I just feel like, first of all, the person having sex with you, right? And the person having sex with you, which is, you know, is a general thing that you do or whatever. But there it is, the reaction to the other person is going to be different because it's new. It's different. So
yeah, well, then do that before me. Get your new indifference before you settle down over here. Get your new indifference over there before you settle down over here. Do that.
Is anybody in the chat in Facebook? Because
I'm just, look, whatever.
You just the worst.
Now you answer the question. That's me. Now you go ahead and you answer.
Chanel.
You know what? Because you are about to be married yourself. Right. So you go ahead. What can I get?
So what I think is, I don't know about being jealous. I won't be jealous or anything like that. But I will tell you that that's a hard question. That's a hard question because yes, you know, the level of freakiness, you want to, you know, add spice and all that other stuff. But I just think that when it's really hard because sometimes when you invite that into your bedroom, that can make or break
it's not
a relationship.
Gonna get out. Right. Yes. It's once you invite it into your bedroom, it has the potential to never leave.
Wait, but the thing is, do you get mad if the person cheated after that? When you've opened up.
What do you mean if they cheated?
If they went outside the relationship, slept with the person that you invited in the bedroom without you, you know. Or
absolutely. If it's not agreed upon by the both of you, then yes, you can be upset. You can be mad.
You can be mad.
Aisha said, "Get it done before me. Get it done before you meet me." That's what she said.
Oh, so don't have no threesomes.
Jason wants to know how much they cost. Jason, I don't know.
It's just crazy. I'm not sure if I would. This is a good question. Seriously, I can't even answer directly because I'm so like, this has always been my debate internally. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I can answer. It's a no for me. Is someone I would marry? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If
I see Jason is crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
If it's somebody that I would marry, then it's a no for me. I can't, because again, it is going to be a part of my relationship. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it a step further because he probably watching with who I am with now. Whether he would want to do this or not, it would be a part of the relationship for him too. He would be the exact same way, and he would be like, you know, when that Negro touched you right here, you was climbing up the walls. Now I'm doing it and you not. Now I'm ready to knock you out. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. Now I'm ready to knock your head between the washer and dryer because you ain't reacting to me the way you reacted to her. You see what I can't. No. And then we're going to go and get married on top of all of that? Absolutely not. It is a no. I can't do it. I'm just, it's a no. It will potentially mess up my relationship. That's all I'm saying. That's just me.
I'm just typing in the chat. I mean, people pay for OnlyFans pages, so
Well, Jason said he has seen it cause some major issues in relationships.
I agree. I mean,
Absolutely.
I know of people where they have actually like I said, I gave you the scenario. I know that somebody has had a threesome and they have started, sleeping with the other person behind, on the side. So I think that is also a major issue as well,
Absolutely. Okay. Next question.
Yes.
Okay, we ready for the next question?
Ready.
How often should you and this is a light one too. How often?
Sure?
Yeah, this is a light one. How often are you supposed to do anal?
What?
How often are you supposed to do anal?
How often?
Can you do that on a regular, the way you do have regular sex? Hello, I only hear you typing.
Sorry. I don't really know how often.
These are questions that I am getting, everybody. Okay, so I am asking the questions.
I'm not a pro. You know what I'm saying? So I have no idea.
Okay, we have we have somebody that we know very near and dear to our heart who is chiming in on Instagram. I'm not going to pick them. I'm not going to pick them. Someone over here, though, on Facebook,
yes,
said as often as you can take it.
Take it.
Your thoughts, Queen B. I'm listening.
I'm not answering the person in the chat.
Yeah, don't answer the person in the chat. Anyway,
wait, real
go
quick.
ahead.
Let me just read Aisha real quick. She said, "I'd be turned off seeing another chick naked. I know a woman who left her husband for the other woman after they snuck around for a while. The threesome was his idea, and he looked. Oh man, she was always gay, Aisha. I just wanted to say that. Like she was always gay because he can't. If she wasn't up for grabs, he couldn't have took her. Val Baez, as often as you can take it. Okay. Chanel, I don't know per se the answer to that question. I will agree with Val when she said as often as you could take it. Like if you like it, do it. If your partner likes it, by all means,
Okay. Yeah, like listen, I am asking the questions that I have been asked. And I will say this. I have spoken with gynecologists, and that tissue, that area back there is very it's very sensitive. You're a nurse, that is a very sensitive area. So you have to be very careful, male or female. You have to be very, very careful in that particular area. So what the vagina is able to take back there may not be able to take as much. So really do need to be careful, male or female, because you can be causing a lot of issues by doing that. So that's why I said that was a question that I was given. So you can go ahead. Next question. So that's why I said that was. Oh, are by listening to me back? So You got to turn it down. You got to turn it down.
It put me out though. Why?
Oh, okay. Rejoin. I'm sorry. Rejoin on Instagram. And I will bring you back in. All right. Go ahead. Next question.
Next question. Is my go?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. My next question. Sorry, yes, thank you. One of my teeny boppers walked downstairs.
Just some technical difficulties right now. That's
Yes.
okay.
So are you back on? Because I don't see you.
I'm here. I'm in here. Hello, everybody that's still on Instagram. We're just waiting on Queen Bee to come back. And hello to everyone on Facebook. Your question, Queen Bee.
My question is, what's the solution to 69 when your partner is short? What kind of things can, let me put me back on there. What kind of things can you do in order to hold up, okay, there we go. You're back. I just want to say, what kind of things can you do in order to make the height a little leveled in the bed?
What?
That's a real question from somebody.
So is there like a discrepancy in height? Are you dating like Shaquille O'Neal and you like 4'9"?
No, it's not that much of it, but it's an uncomfortability in the bed. So I just wanted to know, Chanel, if you
hold on. Let me give a disclaimer because my son just joined. Ethan, you might not want to watch this show. You might want to log off, but thank you for tuning in. Okay, you might want to go ahead though. This ain't the show.
Thank you though.
To support, but okay. All right, go ahead.
So if there's a discrepancy in the bed, what are some things you can do to combat that issue in the bed?
I have no clue. Other than
you don't.
I mean, the comments on Facebook are hilarious. I mean, like,
Can somebody give a pointer?
Are you just adjusting yourself? Is it a constant?
I mean, I just want to know, is there anything with there's a strain on necks, there is, just a different or whatever. I just want to know from the guest, is there anything that a person can do when there's a height differential?
My question is that something you think about when you first get with the person? Like, I may not be able to do this because of the difference in our height.
I mean, you don't think about it until you're in the moment and you're straining. Is that correct? Like, you're straining my neck,
it's not even
I wish I was taller, I wish I was a baller,
right.
I wish I said no.
Right.
But I'm just saying, what exactly, why are you, Chanel, why are you confused? This is a real question. Like, this happens to people.
Yeah, but I don't know what to tell them to do though. I don't know. Like, you have to adjust. Do you like go up and then you come back down, or like go up and then you come back down? Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. What do you do? You answer it. Tell me, what do people do?
I mean, you're shorter than me, so I don't know.
Yes, I am, but it's not that much of a.
Never been an issue for you?
No, as short as I am, no. People have longer legs, but it doesn't mean their torso is that long. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, anybody in the chat can tell me what people would actually do.
Denise said you have to be a contortionist. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell people to do. Like,
okay,
I don't know. And I'm short.
She have a valid. Well, come on, Chanel.
I said continue to adjust.
People can't grow limbs and do types of stuff. I'm just trying to figure out what you do. Is there a stretching thing you can do? You know what I'm saying? Before get in the bed.
How much are you going to stretch though?
You right?
I don't know.
Okay, that was my question from somebody. Go ahead. That was my question. Someone asked me to ask this, so I'm asking it. Guys, for anybody that just joined, we are talking about sex tonight. And we are not holding anything back. We are talking about sex. We just talked about threesomes. We talked about how often should you give anal? And the next thing that we talked about sex-wise, the next thing that we talked about was if you are doing 69 with someone and you are short. Guys, someone said, and scuba tank would help. Is anyone going to mention the need for oxygen? The thing is that the next thing that we talked about was when somebody is doing 69 and they're shorter, how exactly do you approach that? Somebody please put that in the chat for me.
They said you have to be a
contortionist.
They said you have to be a contortionist. So I mean,
all right,
listen,
Denise, thank you for that.
You have little people that still do things. So you know what I mean? I mean, that just is what it is. You know, that is what it is. Are you ready for the next question?
Yes, go ahead.
The next question. What is the most weirdest sexual act you've either experienced or just have seen, whether it be on television or movie or whatever, online or wherever, that you thought, how does that turn people on? What's the weirdest one you've ever seen?
I would have to say the weirdest thing I've seen, because I don't want anybody like I'm about to get married, so I don't want people in my inbox, my soon-to-be wife might kill me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, the weirdest thing I think would peeing on someone. It's like, how does a golden shower turn you on?
Why was I going to say the exact same thing? Why was I going to say the same thing? Yeah, that is hilarious. But go ahead with what you got to say.
How does that actually turn you on? What does that do?
I don't
Pee's
know.
warm,
What is it? Where is the time? You watch all of these R. Kelly tapes and all the stuff that he was doing. How is that a turn on? Somebody help me with that. How does any of that turn someone on sexually? Psychologically, how does that turn someone on?
How does that turn someone on? I don't know, Chanel, but it's a fetish.
It is a fetish.
Like,
it is a fetish.
Let me go a step further.
Mm-hmm. You got the floor, sis.
I'm gonna get this one out.
Go ahead, sis.
And some people, men, women, whomever you choose to acknowledge yourself as, squirting.
Mm-hmm. It's pee.
Squirting turns some people on. She is squirting.
It's pee. Squirt is pee. You're peeing on someone.
Well, they said it's a little combination of pee and a little bit of...
It's more urine than anything, honey, because you don't have that much secretion that you can squirt all of that out, but you do have enough urine. So it is more urine than anything.
Right, I died on Okay, so what you say, Chanel?
I said it's more urine than anything.
You think it's more urine than anything?
It's a scientific fact. Google it.
Well, they said it's not real urine, but I don't understand how that turns somebody on.
You got to come back in on Instagram.
Okay, wait, because my phone is charging up.
Okay.
So squirting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I think squirt is urine. But why does, even if you're the one doing it, what is the attraction to it from the other person? You just, like, you, from the other person's perspective that is watching you do it, or you're doing that on, or whatever the case is, what is I don't understand the attraction to it, I guess.
I've seen a lot of stuff like on the show, come on, let's be real. We've
She'll be right back on Instagram.
BlackTube, Pornhub, all those types of sites, right? So we've seen crazy fetishes where, people like people with big chests and they just like them to sit on them,
It's a fetish.
It's a fetish. Some people like being spanked, you know what I'm saying? Some people like just things or whatever. So my thing is right. So my thing is how do you develop this fetish?
Where does it come from?
Where does it come from?
Where does this fetish come from? And how does it become a turn on to you? I honestly, I do not know, but that I was literally going to say the exact same thing to you. Anybody in the chat on Instagram, anybody in the chat on Facebook, the fetish of urinating on
and
someone.
Tell us some fetishes
we're talking
saw or heard.
Sex topics tonight, or any other fetishes that you all know of. Go ahead and put them in the chat and let us know. We're trying to figure out where these things come from and why these are turn-ons for some people. Like psychologically,
look at Jason.
Come from.
Look, Jason. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all didn't want to, you know what? Y'all wanted to make it seem like I was asking an abnormal question. You know what I'm saying? And Jason was the one who, look, that's my boy. Let me tell you what he wrote.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to request you again. He said, you have to, for the back to the 69, since y'all didn't want to give me real solutions. Did you accept me, Chanel? Y'all didn't want to give me real solutions about this 69, but Jason said you have to stack the pillows behind your back when she too short, like 120 degrees, slight arch, meet her almost halfway. 69 short people solution. Jason, thank you. I will let the person know. I will let the person know that needs to solve this issue. Okay? I will let them know what you said. You know what? Let me type you. Thank you, Jason. Out of y'all. Denise talking about you got to be
a contortionist.
Oops, I done put the wrong person in. Sorry, Hey, thanks, Jason. No, Aisha. She said my solution was. What was
Aisha's solution?
What was Aisha's solution?
I don't know. I can't with y'all tonight.
But anyway, that's a real solution to 69. You said stack the pillows, and I will tell them to do that. They asked me to ask this on the show, and I'm going to get back to them. Okay.
Well, now you have an answer. So
now I have an answer, a solid answer.
Yeah.
Aisha.
So now we should be good. Yeah.
A solid answer. What Jason? High five. I'm about to.
Jason for the win. Jason for the win.
Jason for the win. He came through for us.
Came through.
We got a next question.
I did. That was mine. Yours is next.
Okay. So we said the fetishes. We talked about fetishes and things like that. Weirdest place you would think to have sex in?
Cemetery.
Weirdest place. Ooh. That
cemetery.
is weird. See, I was thinking the church.
Oh, no, that's not weird.
The church?
I wouldn't do it. You understand? Like,
Okay.
I would not do it. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
The church.
But
Chanel,
I think cemetery.
don't get banned from the church.
But I'm just saying cemetery. I feel like you're in a completely different frame of mind. You know what I mean? So
You're scared?
no, you're not scared, but you're definitely not aroused and turned on. You know
No?
what I mean? Like in a cemetery?
Well, what are you?
Listen, you're definitely not aroused and turned on.
How you know, Toya? I mean, Chanel.
Everyone who is watching right now, are you aroused and turned on in a cemetery? Are you even thinking about sex while in
What are
cemetery?
you thinking about?
I don't know, death? Like not sex. Like, I mean, you know, you're not thinking about sex. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel
Well,
like
should you be thinking about sex in the church either?
That could get tricky. That could get tricky because no, you're not supposed to be thinking about sex.
R. Kelly got a song like that. Or
you're supposed to be thinking about the Lord while you're in church.
Mm-hmm.
But for people that find spouses and for people that find mates in church, something about that person turns you on as you're meeting them. So your head can go anywhere.
In the church?
People meet their mates in church. Aren't you encouraged to? Hello? All the singles ministries in churches, aren't you encouraged to meet your mate in a church?
Those
Because
don't be real.
Well, listen. Aren't you encouraged to do that? So if you have found someone in your church that you are attracted to, while observing them, your mind could go anywhere. So, I mean, yeah, I can understand how that would happen in the church, but I feel like in the cemetery, your mind, you're not really focused on meeting someone or if someone else is attractive or any of those things. You know what I mean? You're kind of focused on whatever's going on at hand.
I don't know. When I go to church, I just think about the announcements.
What?
So I don't be thinking about sex.
You thinking about the announcement?
Yeah, I just think about getting through the announcements, benediction, what the preacher gonna preach, all that type of stuff. I don't be thinking about sex. Like I don't be like, oh, when I get home. You know what, Chanel? I'm lying. I'm sitting here lying. I'm gonna be maybe I do. Mm-hmm. Maybe I have. Maybe I do. You know, I feel good in my spirit, and then I'll be like, when I get home, I'm going. You know what?
Because back in the day, you know, people used to be dressed up. Everybody was smelling good. Everybody met them there. Aisha said they encourage you.
See, I see Aisha. Right, Aisha. No one is telling you in the church. No one's telling you to meet your man in the church. Guys, whoever just joined, we are talking about sex. We are talking about everything about sex. We're no holds barring today. We're talking about sex. So please ask any question, answer any question, talk back to us. We are talking about sex. We talked about threesomes. We've talked about somebody being short and doing 69. We've talked about anal. Hey, we have talked about we've talked about all types of stuff. So we're getting to the brunt of things. We were warming up. But we talked about threesomes. What do you think about threesomes? We just talked about the weirdest place to do sex in. Chanel said the cemetery. I said the church. Yes.
Next question.
That was my question.
I know. I'm saying, are we ready for the next question?
Yes, we're ready for the next question.
Do you go down on someone that you know is a hoe or loose?
You know what? That's a good question.
Do you, male or female, go down on someone and you know that they use their genitalia often with multiple people? You know
That
they
is,
do this.
that's such a good question, because my mind and my mouth won't align up with each other when I know that you've been with the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just doesn't line up for me. It doesn't.
And as we're all sitting here and saying no,
Mm-hmm.
if you're with someone now, were they with someone often prior to you before y'all did that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay. So
No, please explain.
Okay. Oh, okay.
For all of us.
Okay. So when you first meet someone and y'all are in a dating stage, it's just dating. It's not relationshiping. So therefore they have the right to do whatever it is they want. So if they saw you on a Saturday, they could have went out with whomever Monday through Friday and that Sunday or that Saturday morning and saw you that Saturday night.
Good question.
You honestly don't know what they were doing, but y'all got hot and heavy one night and y'all decided to do whatever. And either you went down or they went down or whatever. Like, is that something that we honestly actually think about or no? Because if you did think about it, would you do it?
Mm-hmm. Chanel, you are totally all right. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that my head and my mind don't really align up. First of all, I don't know if I'm even gonna be dating anybody that I know is for the streets.
Is it for the streets or is it dating? Is it for the streets or
Chanel,
is
did they have
dating?
multiple partners? Did they have multiple partners before you? Or are you guys just dating and like, yeah, just tell me what, am I working on a relationship? Or are you talking about just the smash? Like
you met them. It's the first 2 months. You don't know if y'all are in a relationship yet. So they're doing what they're doing. You're doing what they're doing or whatever. And y'all are meeting and doing whatever y'all are doing. Are you going down on them? Yes or no? Of course you are. You absolutely are. And you're not thinking about the other people that they are with.
We should totally, you know what? I never thought about that before. I'm going to be honest, Chanel. And now I feel like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like I did a disservice to myself.
To
you know
yourself,
what I'm saying?
Right.
OMG. Like maybe I, did go down or someone did go down on me and I wasn't thinking, but I'm not readily, I'm gonna just leave that alone. But what I'm saying is, no, we should not be readily going down on people, I guess, whatever. But yes,
no,
we shouldn't, but we do get hot and heavy and in the moment, right? Mm-hmm. We get hot and heavy and in the moment, and we do us.
Mm-hmm.
We do us. And it's like the song, we forget about the time that we had. You know what I'm saying? We forget, we get lost.
Oh God.
We get lost.
As we lay.
We get lost. We didn't think about the cost, that. Yes, I have. Maybe I have.
Of course
done
you did.
That, Did you?
Of course we all did. Everybody did. Because when you
this leads me to my next question, Chanel.
Because when you are meeting somebody and y'all are in it, you honestly, you're not thinking about the other people that they are with. You're not thinking about them.
We should.
You should.
Look, she said, that sounds familiar. It does. Wait, but we're talking about it now, and I'm cracking up because honestly, you really don't think about that type of thing, right?
You're not thinking.
So you don't think that type of thing when you're in it, or you...
Right. Okay. So what's the next one?
Okay, the next one.
Huh? Oh, on Zoom, yeah.
I'm still talking on the other one.
Yeah, I can hear you on Instagram. It's just you went out on Zoom. So that means you went out on Facebook.
Yeah. Anywho. Hold on, my computer is offline. So anyway, what you say, Chanel?
It
was my question next,
yes,
right?
yes. I'm going to reiterate whatever your question is so that everybody on YouTube and Facebook can hear you from Instagram, because I got the people that are in the Facebook chat that are listening. But go ahead.
Okay. My next sex question is one night stands.
Okay, one night stands.
Do you view people differently when they give it up on the first date?
No. Not at this age.
At 42?
Yeah, not at this age. I don't.
Really?
Not at this age. Back in the day, maybe I did when I was younger. But now as we get older, honestly, as you get older, you really don't even want to be bothered. Male, female alike. Like it is, you go to work, you take care of your responsibilities. By the time you come home, at the end of the day, you really don't even want to be bothered. So if you are free and clear and single and you just decided, oh, okay, I met this person and I just wanted to smash, do you, honestly? Because it probably just take a lot for people to want to just deal with people in the first place. That's how I feel. So I don't necessarily judge at this age. Whereas I may have in the past. But now, it is what it is, to be honest with you.
I don't judge.
Okay.
I think I now know that as I got older, I now know that one night stands can lead into marriage.
Anything can lead into marriage. You can meet somebody at the hot dog stand and marry them. So, everything can lead to marriage at this particular age. It'd be like, oh, you like blinds? I like blinds too. Like, boom. And then y'all are walking down the aisle. So, you like candles? I like candles too. Next thing you know, y'all are walking down the aisle. That's just my thoughts on it. Can you get your signal back in on your computer?
I cannot for some reason. I tried to log back in.
I don't know, everybody. Something did not want this show happening, everybody, because we have had nothing but technical difficulties.
We can always have a part two.
The entire time. Yeah, of course. But I mean, from beginning to end, the internet has decided that it did not want to support our show this evening. Jason said, did Queen Bee wipe her mouth in reminiscence?
Why did Aisha say? Wait, why did Aisha say? I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me? Yep. Why did Aisha say she gotta go to the hot dogs in the Home Depot?
Listen, Home Depot, you can meet a lot of people in Home Depot. Aisha, let me tell you something, Aisha. Hang out in the Home Depot early on a Saturday morning with a ponytail in your hair.
And just ask for help.
And some leggings or short shorts on, and just walk around, and you'll probably have 12 dates on Saturday night. At our age, that's how you meet people. You don't meet people at the club no more. And you don't meet people, at lounges no more. How many people have met at a club? I'm gonna wait on this answer. How many people have met at a club or a lounge? I'll wait.
all the people that I've ever met at like a club or a lounge, like I've never really taken seriously. Honestly.
Only people I know that met at like a club or a bar was my parents, and then they was married for like 50 years.
That was back in the day, though.
And that was back in the day when people actually went there to meet people. But nowadays, I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who has met anyone at a club or a lounge, to be honest with you. So again, Aisha, you are right. Home Depot, the grocery store. What else? Home Depot, the grocery store. Like, there's tons of different.
But how often you want to see the cable guy, Aisha?
Hey Jeff, on Instagram.
I think he sent us a text message like wrap it up.
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, okay. Sorry, Jeff. Basically, Jeff just told us that we was doing too much.
My parents met at a house party.
Yeah, see, my parents met at a bar in Newark and was married to the day my father
wrap it up on this one, but we on Instagram, so
we can keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, everybody. We have to wrap up because we have another show that actually has to start on BKS1 Radio. So for everybody that has been watching us on YouTube and on Instagram and on TuneIn and on BKS1 Radio, we do have to wrap up our show for the evening, but we're going to continue on. We're just going to call it the after show a little bit on Instagram, just for about 10 more minutes. So go to the Owl Show. That is OWWHH on our Instagram page.
Yes,
and we'll probably
we are here.
be on, like I said, just another 10 minutes or so, and we will see you guys over there. For everybody who has been watching us on Facebook, YouTube, listening to us on TuneIn and on BKS1 Radio, we love you guys for watching. We love you guys for listening, and God willing, we will be here same time, same place next week, different show. And we will be talking to you soon. This is just a continuation on. I know it's an abrupt ending and it's a continuation, but we will be back and we will be talking to you soon. Instagram, hold on. And bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody on the Owl